Hello guys and welcome to Thicker Gravy. This is my first video on this channel. I have had a stint of live streaming, but I've wanted to start to cover something that I've now started to get into, which is Pokemon Draft League. And I will be post-commentating my first match that I had. I did want to do a video of me just commentating over the match, but the audio got scuffed. So I'm going to sit here and kind of explain what has gone on. But I am Thicker Gravy. I am the coach for the Rochester Rhyhorns, and we'll be going over my team first and what my picks were throughout the draft, and then we'll go over my team that I brought to the battle and then how the battles went. Also for this, we went against the Bravour Braviary's first match, and we shall see how we got on with that match in a few minutes. Thank you. Alright, so these are all the rosters that we'll be going up against, and the players will be going up against. Any players that are also doing content, they should be linked down below. So if you want to check out their channels, please feel free to. Right, and these are all the rosters for the team. I should be able to get this in a good lineup for you guys. But as you can see, my team, bottom right, I was the last pick of the draft. It was a snake style draft, but I managed to use my points pretty wisely. And thankfully, I think we've got a decent draft going. So to start off, first pick was Terrakion. I just wanted something that I knew how to use. It's my first time playing VGC, or kind of any competitive format beside random battles on Pokemon Showdown. So I wanted to go with Terrakion. I know it's a very fast, very good physical sweeper for us, and just fighting is a very, very prevalent type in Gen 5. Second pick, I wanted Cofagrigus. I wanted a potential Trick Room setup that I could use as well. We'll find out if I use that in the first battle later on. But I wanted someone that's bulky, can set up Trick Room, access to utilities such as Will-O-Wisp, Disable. I can't remember what else it gets. I know it gets a few more moves. I'm not 100% on movesets. Anyway, after that, we picked Galvantula. I wanted something that was electric type, mainly for some of the water types that I felt like was pretty weak against at that point in the draft. And another fast mon, which isn't good for the Trick Room setup, but gives us a bit of variety in speed. Then I went for Bisharp, very good bulky, physically bulky mon, as well as very strong. Not the fastest, so can work in Trick Room setups that I could use. And the Dark and Steel type is pretty good. It does mean my team at that point did have a very big weakness to ground, and that just added a nice weakness to fire as well. After that, we picked Swanna. I needed a mon that could potentially have a Tailwind setup for us, so I wanted to get that on the board, and I needed a water type as well as a flying type. Flying just to have a ground immunity that I can switch into easily, and water type just kind of get away from the grass and the fire type weaknesses we've kind of gathered through the Terrakion and the Bisharp. Then I wanted Duosian. I wanted another Trick Room setter. And it also has the same exact special attack stat as Uniclus, and it's a 13-point difference out in the draft overall. So I thought it's a no-brainer to try and pick it, save some points for myself, as well as having something that can use Eviolite, get a bit more bulk on it, set up Trick Room, and also has a great 125 base special. I won't go over it too much, but in the actual draft, I picked Serperior and Krokorok next. After the draft run, I realised that Stoutland was free, and I kind of wanted that over the Krokorok as an Intimidate user. So I decided to trade both of them back up, gain a bit more points, and decided to land on Stoutland and Simisage as my final two picks. Stoutland, the obvious Intimidate as well as Scrappy use, has potential. And Simisage, I wanted a fast grass type user, because I felt like that was the one type that I needed to kind of get away from most of my weaknesses that I had going on. Anyway, that is the team that we went up, team that I have set up. This team here that I've highlighted now, this is the team I was going up against. I pretty much only planned the first 6 mons on the list: the Landorus T, the Excadrill, the Braviary, the Zebstrika, the Samurott, and the Emboar. There was a chance that Clang and Dwebble could come, but I didn't think it was very likely. So I had pretty much no prep for them. If I they did come, I felt like Terrakion would have just outsped them and pretty much killed them straight away anyway. Alright, and now we are in. I have this video loaded up. I'd want to watch it with you guys back because I can't remember exactly how the fights went. I know what has, of course, happened, but I can't remember how some of the fights went down, especially with my move selection. Like I said, first VGC battle, I was very nervous and wasn't quite sure how to play properly. But I'm hoping this experience can make me a better battler overall and give me some experience. Hopefully going throughout this process, maybe I'll make it to playoffs. Anyway, we're starting off with the team. We started off with Pythagoras, leftovers. I wanted it to have bulk on its setup, as well as being able to live quite a few hits from the physical mons, because most of his mons are very physical. The only one that I didn't think would be might have been the Samurai and the Zeb Striker, but they can be either or, so it's a bit hard to think, so I thought it's better to plan for the physical hits rather. And then, of course, I prepped it with Protect, Disable, Will-O-Wisp, and Hidden Power Ice, just for the Landorus T. Next up, we had the Simisage. This was a mon that, after Couts, if he didn't have his defenses right, I knew a Leaf Storm Grass Gem would be able to kill quite a few of his mons. The Samurai, the Zeb Striker, I think even the Landorus T and Excadrill also died to it. It's literally just the Braviary and the Emboar that would have lived, which... honestly, the Simisage shouldn't stay out for them ones anyway, really. It didn't really have any answers for it. I wanted to bring Taunt just in case it was out at the same time as Braviary and it tried to set up Tailwind against us. And then just Protect, just to... well, it's Protect. It's pretty much a staple move in pretty much most formats. I then brought the Swanna. Scald, Ice Beam, Tailwind, and Protect. I wanted to get the Tailwind, hopefully, before he could. I knew most of my mons were faster than his, and I planned accordingly to that. So I was hoping the Tailwind, if I get it up beforehand, the only thing that would outspeed me is anything using Choice Scarf. I had the Focus Sash on it just in case the Zeb Striker came out, or any Rock Slides as well, because they're pretty much just killing this thing instantly. The Terrakion then came back. I decided to use Choice Band on this because after doing a few counts, Choice Band, Terrakion, and Close Combat kind of had this answer of nearly killing pretty much anything that he brought that wasn't built correctly. But by built correctly, there's no wrong way to build it, but anything that wasn't even slightly defensive, I say slightly, even the things that were very defensive would still go down to a Choice Banded full attack Terrakion, even though I don't think I have it full attack down here. It might be like 238, I can't remember. It's a bit... see if I can see the thing properly. 236. So not too bad for us. I realised I pulled that up by accident. But I wanted that to thing, and then I decided Rock Slide, just good coverage, stab move. Earthquake, again, if the Swanna is out and the Excadrill and the Emboar is out, Earthquake can pretty easily deal with them. And then Quick Attack just in priority in case I do have a chance to get a kill when switching Terrakion in on something that, like a Landorus, that I can't really hit with anything else if it outspeeds me. I then decided with a Galvantula Life Orb. This thing was mainly in case I ended up getting threatened from the Samurai. Hidden Power Ice in case it's out in front of the Landorus, because in that case it wouldn't be able to hit at all unless I put Energy Ball on it, which isn't going to do much damage at all anyway. The Thunder with the Combine Eyes, you know, just I think it's like a 91% accurate move at that point, so it's a no-brainer for me. And the Volt Switch, just in case I need the switch-ins. And then last one, I'll move this video forward a little bit so we can see. I brought the Stoutland Intimidate on it with the Chopple Berry so it can live, because a lot of these mons learn Superpower. I wanted to make sure it would be able to live that. I built it bulky, just to have it as a kind of more, well, defensive mon, but can live and kind of help out the team. Give it Ice Fang for the Landorus, and return can just hit anything pretty well, even without the kind of attack investment. Right, that is the team that I had going on. We shall move forward into the video. and we shall watch what has gone on with the battles. So, going through the first match, I wasn't sure what to bring. Like I said, first match ever really VGC for me, and I wasn't sure how to lead my team. I decided to go with the Swanner out first, and Terrakion. Swanner just hopefully get the Tailwind up before he can, and Terrakion, it's in case he doesn't bring the Landorus, I can get a quick kill on pretty much anything like the Braviary, which it should outspeed, I'm pretty sure, without Tailwind being up or any choice scarf on it. And then I can't even remember what I had out in the back. I'm pretty sure it was Stoutland in the back with Simisage. Now, yeah, Stoutland and Simisage. I had no idea how this was going to go, and I was hoping we would get something going on here. But yeah, I decided to set up Tailwind first turn, and I couldn't have this Terrakion stay out against the Landorus, so I just had to switch it out and hopefully get the Tailwind set up. I think it was my only play. I should outspeed pretty much anything else. Go for the Stoutland. I constantly forget throughout this fight that Braviary as defiant as a hidden ability, I'm pretty sure, and it screws me over so many times throughout this match. But after getting the Tailwind up, I know that Swanner hasn't been hit itself, and it can just go for an Ice Beam on the Landorus. I am predicting it's going to switch, but Ice Beam should still do a decent damage, plus a chance to freeze. And this is where we get very, very lucky in this first fight. That Zev Striker getting frozen there is crucial for me. And then just go Ice Fang with the Stoutland as well, just in case the Landorus does stick and the Ice Beam doesn't kill, to hopefully get that kill on it. But yeah, Zev Striker being frozen is massive because it means Swanner isn't going to die right away. Still has the Focus Sash on, and the Zev Striker at this point is taking a lot of damage. Now I can just go Ice Beam into the Braviary, do decent damage on it. The Braviary is going to Brave Bird us. We live it, doesn't even take us down to our Sash, and Stoutland can finish the Zeb Striker. I'm thinking he's going to probably go into Landorus here. I can't remember what he does, but Landorus can just Rock Slide. We will find out. Landorus at this point, he is Choice Scarred. Just get the Intimidate drop on the Stoutland as well. So I think I need to go for Ice Beam on here. Or Protect, probably? No. I think I just go for the... Do I just go Ice Beam? No, Protect. Protect and Ice Fang. I'm hoping that Stoutland can just live, or he's going for the Swanner. And hopefully, yeah, the Stoutland can just do decent damage. Like I say, it hasn't got that attack output that it can have, because I've not really built for that, but that's still a decent chunk just to get on the Landorus, and it can't really switch into much. Now here, I was debating about whether I finish off this Landorus, or if I try and set up another Tailwind. I know Swanner probably is going to die. Landorus is stuck into U-turn at this point. And with that knowledge, I think here I switched into Terrakion, knowing that U-turn isn't going to do much. Stoutland might be able to finish off the Braviary here. I think the Braviary sets up Tailwind here as well. I know the Terrakion can switch in. Ice Fang should finish the Braviary, and Terrakion is in an okay position. I still have all my mons alive, so I have switch in Terrakion to get that attack boost back. Stoutland I can switch out as well to get the Intimidate on them. And that's how I built this way of playing. Just having, even though he's got the speed on me at this point, I still don't think the Ember is going to outspeed pretty much anything, especially the Terrakion. Might outspeed the Stoutland because I don't think I invested too much into that. But I'm just predicting he's going to go... try and aim to kill my Terrakion, so I want to switch out, and I'm thinking of just sacking the Swanner here and then sacking the Simisage as well, because I don't see a use of them in this battle anymore. The Simisage doesn't do well into either of these. At this point it could kill Landorus with a Leaf Storm if it lives, but even then it has a high chance to miss. He does go for the Rock Slide, which Terrakion would have done pretty well against, actually. If Terrakion stayed out here, Terrakion hasn't moved yet, and Rock Slide would have decimated these pretty well. But I really needed that Intimidate drop, I think. Otherwise, Trachion's taking way too much damage, and the mons in the back aren't going to be healthy enough to deal with both of these mons. Just went for the double protect to try and stall out Tailwind just a little bit more. And at this point I noticed that the Landorus is choice scarfed, and he's just constantly going for Rock Slide. So I'm thinking, actually that's pretty good with the Intimidate drop. Terrakion should be able to beat both of these pretty reasonably. Here I just go for Ice Fang on the Landorus, I'm pretty sure, and a Leaf Storm on the Landorus, just in case Simisage lives. That Leaf Storm should kill. That's if it lands. Unfortunately for me, Leaf Storm is just missing. And at this point, Terrakion is the only one that I have left that is semi-healthy. And I'm thinking Rock Slide is my best bet to kind of beat both of these. I know that the Landorus isn't going to do too much damage to me, but that Ember isn't locked into a move. So Brick Break's going to do quite a bit to me, even with the Intimidate drop. So I'm just hoping I don't take too much off this Landorus. Unfortunately for me, both his mons live my Rock Slide, and I take a hefty chunk from the Ember. The Ember, obviously, Life Orbed taking damage, and I'm hoping that Rock Slide, after calcing it and looking at the thing, the Rock Slide didn't do too much to my Terrakion, so I thought if I just land a Rock Slide on both of them, I should win. And that is the first game over and done with. That is a first win for me, and it's time to get into game 2 of the series. Alright, game 2, I, again, didn't really know how to lead my team. I kind of wanted to bring the same mons again, because although I got lucky with the freeze, it worked out. So I decided to lead with Simisage and Swanna. Simisage, I was hoping that if it is Landorus out, I'm hoping that if I just get that Leaf Storm off, it should live. Kill the Landorus as long as he doesn't kill me. Swanna out again just to get the Tailwind set up. I'm hoping that he brings Braviary again at this point. I'm hoping that I could just take it out pretty easily, and my Tailwind should just counteract his, and I should be able to outspeed most of his mons. Alright. So the battle finally starts. I see that he's sent out the Excadrill and the Landorus. I am just hoping that I can get the Leaf Storm off here. But I'm thinking, this is way too dangerous. I know Excadrill gets access to, I think, X-Scissor and Poison Jab. So I wasn't sure if I should just protect in Tailwind and hopefully make a move next turn. But unfortunately for me, he does kind of counteract this, and he sets up himself, as we will see. Nathan, cut that tiny bit out. Yeah, I wasn't really sure on what he's going to go for. I just wanted to be safe setting this Tailwind up. And I wasn't sure if I could just kill the Landorus this turn before anything got set up. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to go for Tailwind instead. In the end, I do end up going for the Ice Beam. I think I've calced it, and this pretty much always kills the Landorus. Simisage, and I notice he sets up the Sandstorm. Thankfully, the Ice Beam kills the Landorus like I wanted it to, but this Excadrill is most likely Sand Rush, and it's going to outspeed anything if I don't get Tailwind up. And with the Sandstorm as well, it kind of just eliminates Swanna's Focus Sash, so I have no chance of using it. I'm just hoping to land a Leaf Storm and get rid of one of his mons, but it's not likely that it will kill or even land before both of these just take me out. In the end, I do just decide to go with Tailwind with the Swanna, kind of just sacking it if it lives. It doesn't, unfortunately, but I thought that's the only way I would win. Probably should have switched there, but I wasn't really sure on what I could have switched to. Stoutland would probably have been a good switch with its Intimidate coming in, weakening both their physical attacks. That's probably the play I should have made, but in hindsight, I'm not really used to this. And that maybe could have been the play that won me the game in the end. This turn I decide I can just protect an Earthquake, doing massive damage to both of them, while protecting my Stoutland from further damage from any of them. cannot remember what he goes for here at all. He goes for the Iron Head on the Terrakion and then the Thunder Wave on the Stoutland. And this is the bit I do remember. Unfortunately, my Terrakion got flinched. I thought even if I didn't get my Tailwind set up, I thought if I just lived that one, Terrakion would have been in a good place setting up the Earthquake. I cannot remember what his last mon is, but I just thought if Terrakion didn't get flinched there, it would have done a decent chunk, maybe killing both of them, and that would have just left one mon for me to deal with my 2, which isn't a guaranteed win, as we saw my Terrakion took down both his Landorus and Emboar, but I thought it would have been a lot better for me. Here I just decided that Terrakion is going to die. My best bet is just quick attack, get rid of the Zebstrika as best as I can. Now, unfortunately for me, if I did end up going for the Earthquake, Braviary was the one in the back, so I didn't really have a win con besides Ice Fanging with the Stoutland, which should have done a decent amount of damage, but without the attack drop, well, I'm saying attack drop, I'm forgetting Intimidate would have activated its Defiant, it would have been a lot stronger than it could have. But Stoutland does eat the Brave Bird pretty well, but unfortunately does not eat the Earthquake, gets critted, and we lose game 2. Now, we're going to head up to game number 3, which should just be in a little bit just here. Now here I was saying I needed to switch it up not pretty much, go and switch out 2 of my mons, but I thought I needed a bit more bulk, because a lot of my mons are dying really quickly. I know it's VGC, most of your mons are going to die pretty quickly, but I needed ones that could live, so I thought Cofagrigus was going to come this time. I knew I needed Swanna for the Tailwind, and Terrakion for sure was coming, just because it's been my biggest output of damage for the most part against most teams' ones. And so I decided to go with a Swanna Stoutland and keeping Terrakion and Cofagrigus in the back. I was debating going Galvantula just in case he ended up bringing the Samurott in this final game, because I had no idea what was on the Samurott at this point. So after sending out the Swanna and the Stoutland, I've seen he's gone for the Landorus and Zebstrika. Thankfully, the Stoutland Intimidate works pretty good here. Stoutland isn't doing much damage anyway, and Swanna is not going to be attacking physically. I decide my best bet here is just to settle the Tailwind and Ice Fang the Landorus if he does stick. I think the Landorus, or at least I felt the Landorus was going to switch. He knows I have Ice Beam and Ice Fang on both these mons, and that would 100% kill if it landed. But then after realising, I was like, wait, both these mons, Landorus is Choice Scarfed, Zebstrika has Wild Charge, I'm pretty sure is its move, electric move that I've seen. I knew it could just probably kill the Swanna right away, and I decided my best bet if Landorus doesn't switch is just to protect an Ice Fang. Otherwise this is 100% me losing, because my only way of really winning at this point is getting the Tailwind up and outspeeding it. Eve predicts I'm going to switch out the Swanna and goes for the Pursuit, and U-turns the Landorus. Ice Fang does a little chunk to Extra Drill, but not nearly enough to make him worry. At this point, I know Extra Drill is slower than my Swanna, and with the Focus Sash I can live. I decided to just protect my Stoutland from taking damage until I have my Tailwind set up. I know Swanna is most likely getting taken down this turn if it does attack. He activates my Sash, which I don't even know if it's been revealed at this point. So he might not even go for the double attack into Swanna. So Swanna gets to live, and I am outspeeding now. I'm thinking a Scold, if it lands, has a chance to kill the Extra Drill. I don't know how bulky this thing is. But I'm also thinking Stoutland can just stay in. I should have maybe Helping Hand here, just to do it. But I felt like if I just get the chunk of damage on the Zebstrika, it probably doesn't have a chance to kill. And instead of going for the Swanna kill, he decides to just Thunder Wave my Stoutland, slow it down, have a chance of not moving at all. I felt like good, at least my Swanna lived the Protect turn of the Extra Drill. Scold can finally come in, and they decide to switch in Cofagrigus, who can take these hits a bit more better than the Stoutland. It's not going to outspeed even with the Tailwind up. It does just know that I'm going to switch out the Stoutland, so it gets Pursuit. Only does a tiny chunk. Unfortunately, I don't kill with the Scald. But yeah, High and Ed's into my Cofagrigus. Does a decent chunk. Gain back with leftovers. And his ability Sandrush is now replaced. So even if Landorus T comes in and sets up the Sandstorm, it's not going to be able to really help out the Excadrill too much. Knowing I still outspeed, I think Cofagrigus can kill this, so I decide I'm going to Scald into the Zeb Striker spot, and then go for a Hidden Power Ice on the Excadrill. I did the calcs for it and decided that even though it's not effective against it, it should still kill. And this is why it freezes a little bit here. This was me going through my calcs, so the thing just freezes completely. But I was worried because I couldn't remember if in this it revealed what type of hidden power Cofagrigus had. I just felt like if it can just get it out and done with, then it should be able to do a decent chunk to the Landorus. Now, Tailwind is unfortunately down at this point, and I decided to switch in Terrakion, which just get intimidated right away. I knew that was going to happen, but I thought I could switch it in just to have it switch out. Forgetting again about the Defiant on the Braviary, which I think I needed to switch here. Just because I knew it was going to die, I was hoping that Hidden Power Ice could do a decent chunk to the Landorus and maybe kill it. Thankfully, the Landorus does get hit by the Intimidate. Gets a crit on the Stoutland, which I think mattered. I think that caused Stoutland to die. I think as I calced it, Stoutland should be able to live 1 of that HP. Well, unfortunately dies. I know this Landorus, I think even with the 0.67% attack boost, he has the Tailwind set up. Braviary is most likely going to go for making sure this Terrakion dies, because if I get off Rock Slide, it's going to most likely kill the Landorus and do either heavy damage to the Braviary or outright kill it. Probably doesn't kill with it being doubles and the damage being split. But I think my only move here was to go for Rock Slide or Close Combat, hoping that I can kill the Braviary right off the bat and another Hidden Power Ice, killing the Landorus. Now, I should have thought about this a bit more. In retrospect, I should have just quick attacked the Landorus, making sure it died. Because if this Terrakion dies, I don't see a way out of winning this. If I get the Will-O-Wisp off on the Braviary, seeing that it's got the bigger attack buff at this point, I'm hoping that that's enough to let me win. Earthquake does still do a decent chunk, and Brave Bird's going to do a hefty chunk as well. After the leftovers, this turn, I'm like, that's not enough. I will die if any of these attacks land still. Maybe not the Landorus Earthquake at this point, but the Braviary for sure. Thankfully, I get the Protect off, gain a bit more health, but after calculating it and seeing how much the Brave Bird damage did before, I was like, I don't know if I can live this still. And I was debating for a while if I need to disable or Hidden Power Ice on the Braviary, just killing it outright here. But after thinking about it for a long time, my only out in this game was to go for the Protect. Now, it probably wasn't the best thing to do, because if it doesn't land, I just die instantly. Maybe if it's a low roll. Thankfully, I go for the Protect. I end up getting the double Protect in a row, and because of that, the Landorus is going to die to the burn damage. And the Braviary is now in a range where I don't think it's going to kill me, and hopefully Hidden Power Ice is going to finish this thing off. And thankfully, through the power of sheer luck, because honestly the 2 games that I won, I probably shouldn't have. The Zeb Striker freeze and the double Protect allowed me to win these games, and it's a first time win for the Rochester Rhyhorns, I'm glad to have won. I did feel really bad for the opponent. I just couldn't stop saying sorry. It was really tough, and I need to now plan for the next fight, which I believe is against, I know the coach is Lazy Blaze. I need to check what his team is called. The Battlelock is his team. So hopefully next week when I post the video, you shall see me maybe get another gut dub against the Battlelocks. Anyway, thank you for joining in. I shall catch you on the next one.